Many of us choose a career while we're still at school. Then before we know it, we are packing our bags and heading to university, leaving 3 to 5 years later, armed with a degree and optimism that we'll love our job. We spend our 20s working our way up, but when 30 comes knocking, your goals and aspirations can move in a different direction, and you can't stop thinking about trying a career change. If this sounds familiar, then trust me, you are not alone. In fact, a survey shows that 88% of Malaysians are ready to learn new skills or completely retrain in order to remain employable in the future. Making a career transition may sound scary, but it may not be as difficult as you imagine. The demand for talent is incredibly high. If you want to start a new career but don't have experience in the industry, what can you do? To answer this question, we have invited the CEO of Omnicom Media Group, Eileen Ooi, who has a lot of experience on this topic.
I've always been really passionate about building people. In fact, till today, I actually help to screen, interview, and identify, potential candidates for Omnicom Media Group. In fact, actually, at Omnicom Media Group, we have seen people of all different backgrounds as well. From psychology to engineers to even radio hosts who have actually joined us as well. So for those who are actually looking at a career change, my typical advice for anyone who is making a career pivot or transition to consider the 4 main pillars. First, I always ask them, why do you want to change? Thinking about what isn't right about your current career, or I think more importantly is also what is the expansion that you're looking at if you're unhappy in your current role. This will help you to look for the right changes. So more importantly, you should also set realistic expectations for yourself. You need to understand that this will be an uncharted territory. You might need to change your behavior and your attitude accordingly. Then, do your research and consider your trajectory of what it is that you are trying to achieve. What is it that you are looking to desire from the new industry or the new role, and what are the required skill sets that are needed to be successful? One approach is to look for an inexpensive introductory course online like Gemilang. Once you get an understanding of what is desired in this space, you should prepare a plan to transition to the new career. Consider taking an assessment of what are the actions that you should do to build the foundation. What is it that you are bringing to the table to the organization or as well as the industry? I often encourage my hiring managers to look for things that we call core competencies. Some of these include problem-solving skills, critical thinking, self-leadership, self-awareness, and adaptability as well. Ideally, you also want to get creative when you're thinking about your own experience. So you may not only think your typical 9 to 6 when you're factoring in your own experience and skills. Maybe an ad hoc project, maybe your personal passion project, or something else that might feed into the desired role or the industry that you're trying to enter. Make it clear to your future employers that while you might be new to this industry or the organization, but you're in it for the long haul.
There are many skills that are transferable and can be demonstrated in other industries. Some top skills that employers look for include being able to support and lead a team, being able to make decisions and solve problems, and being able to plan and organize work. These are skills that can be demonstrated in all industries and outside of work. Now we have Laura, an event specialist, sharing that she wants to become a data analyst. So Eileen, can you please help to guide Laura over here? How can she move from an event specialist to a data analyst?
So let's take a step back. Knowing why you want to change is an important part. Examine the internal and external factors that are driving your career and why you are considering changing. This will help you to find the right fit for you in the future. It will also help you to find clarity on not only why you are motivated and interested in your work, but also helps you to gain an understanding of how the industry is behaving. Then, you should identify who in your network can help you to move forward in your career. This could be people from your previous industry, family, friends, and community that you could introduce you to opportunities or give you insight and advice from previous experience. Finally, the big question, knowing how to change. You can achieve this by learning specialist and transferable skills that you can present to your new employers.
So Laura, what we're trying to say over here, you support your career transition by aiming your anchor and understanding why you're thinking of changing jobs Next, you can assess your current skills and abilities and understand how they transfer over. Finally, you can look at all of your experiences and network to see what and who can support your career transition. So, Eileen, we have Herin over here is asking whether it is possible to find a job in a new industry without a network.
So you can always start building your network, meeting with people who are doing the job that you want to do, or expand the group of people in your current circle and be open to new opportunities that arise. There are a lot of networking opportunities, but always set objective for what you want to achieve by the experience. Learning how to network in itself is actually a skill. Even without a network, it's still possible to find a place in a new industry by combining what you can offer with what the industry is looking for. Remember, switching careers can be intimidating, but more importantly, it seems like you're leaving everything behind to start from scratch. But that's not really true. Your previous skills and experience will be made out of specialist skills from your industry and also transferable skills that you will be able to take to the industry you are planning on joining.
Thank you so much, Eileen. This session has made me realize that not all of our skills will become obsolete when we decide to make a career change. This session has made me open my eyes on how I could be a suitable candidate for a variety of jobs in a variety of careers. I hope all of you have a better understanding on how you can manage a career change.